is your time to shine.
Coming up this week on A Captain's Log, we interview Sage Arrindell, so strap in. Get your phasers set to stun, because it's time for A Captain's Log, which is full of fun.
Now the sky's the limit, nobody can stop us to create a story worth retelling to us. Hello, happy, my old friend. I'm glad you've manifested yourself into a human I can depend on to bring me happy.
Always and forever, a growing number of iconic episodes and films of Star Trek will be loved, watched, and rewatched. I'm Brian Croyce, your ambassador to the fans.
Star Trek fans, that is. We both love to talk Trek, particularly the behind-the-scenes moments and stories of biopic-style interviews from every Star Trek series or feature film.
That's right, all 13 feature films in theaters, plus the Paramount Plus film Section 31, among all of the particular series. Now, in this talk show episode, Lili and I will be talking about the hit series Star Trek Strange New Worlds with their bright and shining star, the recurring guest star, Sage Arrindell.
Did we mention this is a Captain's Log, broadcast TV's only Star Trek talk show for now 5 seasons and counting, emanating from LA to your home. We can't wait to talk Trek with Sage, but also talk about how she got here among many other big-time roles in shows like Paramount Plus's Paw Patrol, plus Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum animated kids series.
Yes, and this is even closer to home for Sage, I'm sure, in that generationally kids connect through other kids their own age as performers themselves, whether through animated or live-action characters in TV series and films. But Sage plays Rukiya in several Star Trek Strange New Worlds first season episodes, 3 of them to be exact, and she is the daughter of Chief Medical Officer Dr. M'Benga.
Yes, and those 3 first season episodes are Ghosts of Illyria, Lift Us Where Suffering Cannot Reach, and the Elysian Kingdom. Sage's character Rukiya had a progressing case of signochemia, keeping her confined to the Enterprise transporter buffer.
It's terrible, but as a father myself, Rukiya really transcends an intelligent and adorable child who you really want the best for in raising her well. Now, Sage portrays Rukiya so believably in that she, like all children, have a bedtime or time to end fun moments and time well spent with their parents. But because of her condition, she shows the range of happiness, loneliness, and wondering when her father, Dr. M'Benga, will have a cure so she can live her life out. But she not only has to go to bed, but go into a transporter buffer so her terminal condition doesn't progress any further.
When King Ridley turned, the wizard Pollux pushed him right over the cliff.
Daddy, you just read me the same exact chapter twice in a row.
I did? Darling, you know I've been keeping your pattern in the transporter buffer so you don't keep getting sicker.
Yes?
Well, I can't keep you out of there for very long. And sometimes it's hard to keep track of the details.
Sometimes you put me back in when I don't notice. So how long have you really been reading to me?
A while. I put the transport system on a timer so as not to be disruptive.
When will it...
Yeah, and Sage is stunning in that she has a pureness to her, but the loneliness all together in these layers of her portrayal of her character Rukiya M'Benga. And over the years, Star Trek has had a good amount of child actors play pivotal roles.
Yes.
But Sage is truly among those child stars that brings out a desire to want to see her more on screen with her father, the Doctor. I can't wait for this interview.
Yeah, we're going to see how it plays out. But on the screen in a moment will be Harper making her return to Tractor Beam Me. Actually, Tractor Beam Lili. But this is Bridge. This is Ambassador Croyce. Please open a hailing frequency to the shuttlecraft Murietta.
Harper here. We have a quick tractor beam me today as my long-range sensors indicate a Borg cube is due to reach my position in 10 minutes. But don't worry, the USS Crescendo is coming to my aid.
Okay, so if it's not one level of drama with Joanna, it's another with Harper.
Well, that's easy to say, safe and sound on an Excelsior-class ship there for you, Commander. You have nothing short of absolute grinding this episode, or any. I'm in a shuttlecraft, and yes, I do have a knack for violence and living on the edge here in the ass end of space.
So unnecessary to take a shot at her. Okay, point taken. Just get us started on your laser scalpel conundrum, Harper. I read your report on my pad this morning.
The laser scalpel was a specialized medical instrument used for creating incisions in various tissues. It used a finely tuned laser beam to make cuts on flesh. This device was available in different wavelengths for various cutting strengths and depth.
Yes, this device could really work quickly and effectively for minor surgery or remove items from a host body. But you may challenge Lili on the question when you're able, Harper, so those Borg don't intercept your position.
Oh yes, indeed, Ambassador. So, Lili, what episode of Star Trek Voyager did Captain Janeway use a laser scalpel to extract a Borg cortical node? Later in the same episode, she used one to force a group of alien salvagers to stand down their weapons.
Okay, this one was from the 7th season episode, and according to Manu Intiraymi, who played as Icheb, was the most touching episode script he ever read.
Yes, Manu revealed that on our show here on a Captain's Log last season.
Yes, he did. Okay, my answer is imperfection.
No!
Right again, Fox-Lim. Harper Dhadde signing off. Peace and long life.
Thank you, Harper. So that's your Star Trek insider into science and trivia that Lili always aces here on a Captain's Log.
Thanks, BK. We're warping straight over to our interview with Sage Arrindell on the other side of this break.
A Captain's Log returns in a moment.
People are always hiding things.
Hi, Dad. Story time?
Is that? Now, where were we?
King Ridley was about to climb the tower to rescue Princess Talia from evil Queen Ned.
Wait. No spoilers.
Dad, you've read this like 100 times.
That doesn't mean that the ending couldn't miraculously change.
Dr. M'Benga stopped hiding today, just a little.
If King Ridley would seek out the Mercury Stone and win it as his own, his victory over Queen Neb would be assured. It is said that in the right hands, the Mercury Stone has the power to cleanse the land of evil and bring prosperity to all. But if it were to fall into the wrong hands, the Mercury Stone's power would bring about a terrible, long-lasting dark age across the land.
Welcome aboard! This is a Captain's Log. Actress Sage Arrindell, our guest this week, has some very big talents. Now, she's not only an actor on screen, but a voice actress and singer with a notable set of achievements at such a young age. Now, Sage played the 10-year-old Ashanti, aka Young Aphrodite, in MTV's music video studio, A New Diva's Christmas Carol, airing on VH1, a role that allowed her to showcase her passion for singing. VH1 and MTV are, of course, household music television, right?
Absolutely.
But Sage also lends her voice to the beloved long-running animated series Paw Patrol as Julia Goodway. Now we're going to talk about these roles and, of course, Rukiya M'Benga on Star Trek Strange New Worlds with Sage Arrindell.
A great career already for young Sage. Let's welcome her to a Captain's Log. Sage, welcome aboard.
Thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Sage, please talk about your first performance in acting or singing. Tell us the feeling you had when you first started performing.
My first audition was for Giant Tiger, and it was a Christmas commercial, and I got to be in pajamas like the whole time. So, and then I had, it was my first ever audition. So I remember being really, really excited to see myself on TV for the first ever time. And I wasn't really sure how it worked. So I wasn't sure how everything was going to come together, but it was really cool once it first came out.
So Sage, did your mom or dad or family help give you a lot of support when you decided to start getting into the performing arts? And tell us about this in your first production.
My mom is very supportive. She helps me run my lines, takes me to set, makes sure I'm safe on set. And anytime a show or movie comes out that I'm in, we always watch it, and they're always like, "Oh, you did so good. I loved this part. You did so good." So yeah, they're very supportive.
You know, I see you had a few roles around the same time on screen as Trisha in Morningside and Brooklyn in the horror film Tales from the Hood Part 3, starring Trek actor Tony Todd. But tell us about this experience in your first feature film.
I remember booking that, and I wasn't really sure what it was because they covered it, like they covered the name of it, so I wasn't sure what it was. But once I booked it, they flew me out to Winnipeg, and I remember going out with Tony for dinner, and he gave me so many acting tips, so many like ways on how to say my lines, and he'd run my lines with me so that I wouldn't have any hiccups during the time when we're actually filming. It was fun. I wasn't really sure who he was at the moment, and then we ended up like clicking. Like he was like a second grandpa to me. He was so sweet, and yeah, that's just kind of how it went. He's really sweet though.
2019 and 2020 brought a lot of roles your way, including your first recurring role and another role in the animated series Xavier Riddle and the Secret Museum, based upon Brad Metzler and Chris Epalopoulos' best-selling kids book series, where you voiced Mary Anning and Maya Angelou. Can you kind of tell us about this experience and where you found your voices?
They give me, every time I get an audition, they give you a breakdown. So it's like a description on who the character is, how she acts, what she's done. And so I used that to find the voice. And I did some research on who Mary Anning was and who Maya Angelou was. And I found out that they were inspiration to many people. So yeah, that was cool. I thought it was pretty cool to play them.
Tell us about the audition or auditions via self-tape or in person in LA or Canada, and how did you get involved with Star Trek Strange New Worlds?
They covered the name while I had my self-tape. They covered the name, so I had no idea that it was Star Trek. But I auditioned, and then I booked it, and I had to go in. It was 17 COVID tests, because this was during COVID. It was 17 COVID tests I had to get during the whole experience. So yeah, that was a little intense, but yeah. So the first, second, and third time, it was like they were my family because I knew who they were and we bonded together. So yeah, it was pretty fun. So we were close. Like I didn't know him at like the first time I came into set, but we did end up getting close because in between each scene, we would run our lines, and he was my dad in the actual show. So it was kind of like I acted as if he was my dad outside of the show as well, but like more of like my set dad.
Your character Rukiya M'Benga is the daughter of the Enterprise doctor, making a debut in the third Star Trek Strange New Worlds episode's Ghost of Illyria. Star Trek has a very strong message of relatability, as it always does, in that your character has the potential to effectively die, and the father, Dr. M'Benga, must put his trust with her health in the hands of God and also science, like many parents must do every day with a child living with terminal illness. Talk about how you approached your character role in this situation.
I was sick in the show, and so I acted as if I was like ill the whole time. And I kind of ignored the fact that I was ill, and I kind of just used it as if I was spending time with my dad, and that's kind of how I approached the role. As if I pushed away the sickness and just was spending quality time.
Sage, you're playing a character that has, for a year, been confined to this transporter buffer. Rukiya did not age, and the disease did not progress. Now, after the first episode, and onto your second episode and third episodes, which were titled Lift Us Up, Where Suffering Cannot Reach, and the Elysian Kingdom, were you asked by directors Andy Armagdanian and Amanda Rowe to portray your character in a different way from your first episode appearance, considering you're not supposed to age? And can you tell us about your experience coming back to the series for the second and third time?
So they didn't tell me to change anything from the first time moving on to the second and third. So I just did it the same exact way as I would for the first one. But I kind of got to know how my character was more, because when you have a reoccurring role, you get to like bring your character to life and like live as like your character. It makes me feel happy. Like I've never played anyone that was ill or sick. So I kind of got to be in their shoes, and it is sad for people who are sick. But yeah, it was pretty cool to be in their shoes, because like no one really knows how they're feeling.
A captain's log returns in a moment.
Rukiya?
Dad, look what he made. Sorry, I hope you're not mad. The grid was just made of noble gases I took from the atmospheric processor. They're non-reactive, so I figured they'd be safe.
Darling, shouldn't be up. Please sit.
I was having fun.
How did you know about her?
You and the Elder talk loud. And when I couldn't find anyone with signokemia and sickbay, I checked the places I tried to hide in. Do I have to go back in?
Yes. But maybe not for much longer.
Goodbye, Rukiya. I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Can't tell anyone about her.
Why not?
This is Lily Fox-Lim, and I welcome you back to A Captain's Log. Oh, hey, BK.
Hey, this is quite cool. Interviewing our youngest actor ever here on A Captain's Log. So, this is a cool gig for you, Sage, being a part of the Star Trek franchise that's now almost 60 years old. What? It's crazy. Are you hearing and seeing the hard work that goes into this production by watching the show with your character present on the screen? And do you find time to watch regularly with your family?
It's crazy to see how all the bits and pieces from filming go and make it into one big, how they come together. So because when you're filming, they could all be like separated. So like you might film like season 2 first, and then like you'll see how they all come together. So that was really cool to see how they all come together. And when the shows are appropriate for me to watch, I do watch them. And so yeah, it was pretty cool to see all the little bits and pieces, and the editing and the sound and the visuals all come together.
Okay, so one of my favorite moments using your kids' hopscotch skills, an innocent child moment, albeit in the future, we see a projecting game similar to hopscotch on the floor, and Rukiya jumping through the circles, being a healthy and blissful kid, of course. Now, the doctor says no one can know about her, but you have a trusting look on your face, and that this was the fact that you're still a little kid, but one who trusts her father to fix her and cure this disease. Now, your second Star Trek Strange New Worlds appearance is appropriately titled Lift Us Up Where Suffering Cannot Reach. What do you want parents and kids watching your character Rukiya to know about hope and other feelings that make them look positively on life, even though they may be suffering a long-term illness?
That everyone should know that it's okay to not be okay, and to always look on the positive side, whether you're ill or you're just not doing well. Look on the positive side and try to find things that you enjoy, even if they're the littlest things, like one little game of hopscotch.
The Elysian Kingdom, your third episode appearance on Star Trek Strange New Worlds, is interesting because in typical kid fashion, Rukiya often wishes for a different ending to her storybook that her dad is reading her. But literally, this episode is centered around our character's storybook in a fairy tale that an alien traps the crew inside of. So your dad, the doctor, promises that when she grows up, she can rewrite the ending to be whatever she wants. At one point in this episode, Dr. Dad scans you to find no trace of signochemia, the terminal illness, and Rukiya says a friend made her better. Your character is actually the key to getting them out of the situation that they're in. Is this a story that you would want to add anything to, or is that ending good with you?
I think that the ending was good because I thought it was really cool to see how I grew up and then the illness went away. And I don't think there is anything that I would add because I thought the ending was pretty good because my sickness went away. So what's a better ending than that? Me and the older version of me.
Yes.
I didn't really meet her because she was further on in the season. So I didn't meet her. But I feel like if I did meet her, we probably would have had a similar quote or a way that we would say a word.
Sage, you lend your voice talents to one of the longest running kids animated series, Paw Patrol, on Paramount Plus. You voiced the character Julia Goodway in 4 straight seasons for 11 episodes. Talk about this animated character and how you got into this.
Yeah, they did give me sides and I had to read off of those, but they also gave me emotions that I had to do, like a yippee or a yay, and I had to do that pretty much on every line. There was a little giggle attached to it. So yeah, there were some emotions involved too, but they did give me sides. I've been doing Paw Patrol for a while, but I thought it was super duper cool that I was doing Paw Patrol. I never really watched it as a kid, but I knew for sure that it was very popular and very well known. So I was very excited to act on it. And I mean, kids' voices change, so I'm glad that I'm still able to do it and change my voice into a way where I sound younger. I also thought it was pretty cool that I looked like her a little bit, and it was, I don't know, it was just really cool because I looked like her, and yeah, it was really cool. So the first time I went in, they had a TV, and it was just a rough sketch of me, and I was I wonder what that girl is gonna look like, but it was just a rough sketch, so we didn't see exactly what she looked like. And then when it first came out and I watched a few episodes, I saw that she looked exactly like me. So then a few days after, I was having a little watch party with my family, and I got a t-shirt, and it was of her on the t-shirt, and then I had buns in my hair, just how she had buns in her hair from the show. So it was really cool.
Try to get Mayor Goodway and Julia free again, Marshall. A mayor should always stay calm. We just need something like an anchor, like the new one on Captain Turbot's boat. Great idea, Julia.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that, Sage. Now, do you believe that you'll want to continue acting into your adulthood?
So I have this vision where it's I'm an actress when I do grow up. Yes, I want to be an actress because it's my passion. I've been doing it since I was 4, and I love it. It's amazing. You get to spend time with people. You get to meet new people. You get to learn new things. It's amazing. But then I also want to be a hairstylist because I love braiding my friend's hair and stuff. So I think that'd be pretty cool too. But I would want to tie acting and singing together because I love to sing as well. So I'd want to tie those two together. But yeah, definitely hairstyling somewhere in there.
Sage, Lily and I understand that you play basketball and you also sing. Lily plays basketball too, by the way. But what are your goals or things that you like to do outside of acting?
And like I said, when I'm older, I definitely want to tie singing and acting together, like Cynthia Erivo or Ariana Grande or most of those types of people. I want to be them when I grow up. I want to sing and act together. And then, hairstyling outside of that as well. And then, I don't know, maybe some fashion in there.
Sage, this has been such a very exciting half hour. You are a gifted young star, both in and outside of Star Trek.
Yes.
Thank you for being with Bryan and I on A Captain's Log.
Indeed. So happy we were able to have Sage on our show with us. So cool.
Bye for now.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise.
Her ongoing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life forms and new civilizations.
To boldly go where no one has gone before.
Hi, I'm William Shatner.
And I'm Leonard Nimoy.
And we're here to celebrate the 25th anniversary of a remarkable legacy known as Star Trek.
It's a cultural phenomenon that, frankly, neither one of us could have predicted, and which has earned the unique status of legend.
Now, you may ask yourself, what vital ingredients make up a legend such as Star Trek? Well, to find out, we're here to take you on a very special journey.
As you know, in the world of Star Trek, we can soar across the galaxies and break the time barrier in the blink of an eye.
Through the miracle of digital communications, we're going to warp speed back and forward through time and voyage across the galaxy to examine all the elements that have made this outer space legend what it is today.
With the help of special effects computerization, we'll take you back to the early 60s when the original series was born, zoom ahead for a behind-the-scenes look at the feature film's era and Star Trek The Next Generation, and blast off to Space Camp in Huntsville, Alabama, where LeVar Burton will prepare us for a real voyage into the final frontier.
And we'll also offer exclusive interviews with cast members from both series.
Hello, happy, my old friend. I'm glad you've manifested yourself into a human I can depend on to bring me happy. Thank you,